What's going on, people? It's your boy Troubz, and we back, Plug TV, and I've got a panel with me today. Obviously, this is pre-recorded, so if you're watching, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all of that. But do you know what? Big up the panel today. We're talking top 10, top 20, all of that stuff. We've got long hair Linda in the building. Hello. The hair is still long. Her hair is indeed still long. She's still long hair, Linda. She's still in the building. Big up. What's that? Second time?
Yep, second time on the panel.
Second time. Come on. We've got Cojay, a new addition.
What's good?
Big up. He's been, I think he's starting to get very well known for critiquing battlers this year.
Hey,
your streams are you cooking people in your streams as well.
If battlers were better, I wouldn't have to do it. Unfortunately, as we're going to talk about tonight, they're not. That's how it is.
Say no more. And also returning also to the panel, we've got Wax a Million. What's happening?
Much love, bro. Much love, everybody. Shout out, everyone.
Salute.
I'm looking forward to debates. I'm looking forward to some cooking too, man. Let's do this.
Yeah. Cammy couldn't join us today. He sent in a video with his top 10. He couldn't join us. He's trying to run away.
I'm not running away.
But you know what? Should we start with Cammy because he's not here?
Go on, then. Let's go.
All right, let me bring up Cammy's video. Why can I hear something playing in the background?
Oh yeah.
Is it just me?
No, I just said that. I can hear it.
Is it you, Wax? You playing something?
No, hold on. Bear me. Hold on. Who's in the back? Who's outside? We hear it.
I don't know. What is that playing in the background? Or
like TV conversation or something?
Yeah, like.
Oh, is it gone now?
Yeah.
Cool. My bad.
All right, cool. Boom. All right. So Cammy's not here. We're gonna hear what he has to say. I can't even remember his top 10 stuff. Let's hear it.
What's good? Cammy JBR, we are here. First of all, read the disclaimer. And with this list, I hopefully don't get cooked as much as last year. Carlton Shanks is at number 10, following the momentum from last year. I think he's just gotten better and better. He's at number 10 for me. At number 9, Gas Buff, good year. Wins a lot of battles, but wins and losses here and there. Losses to Slow Mo and Caveman. Big win versus Bobby at the end of the year in a good battle. So number 8, I have Kingsley. Debatable battles throughout the year, kept consistent. This is a real return to form. Great year from Kingsley. Number 7, Slim Buck. Slim Buck is at 7. Debatables throughout the whole year. But just difficult to pinpoint exact wins, but Battle of the Year contenders for them all, but I couldn't give him a win. At number 6, speaking of wins, Sean Cray, the big win versus O'Shea, Battle of the Year contender versus Frankie, and a great battle for a return versus Raptor. At number 5, I've got Visual. Visuals had a really good year and some clear wins, but his biggest battles, they were losses. Versus Maverick and Bobby Rex and the loss of the title, but he was that guy and I feel bad for him because he had the shocks. It would have been a totally different story and he would have followed that momentum. And number 4, Bobby Rex, basically the SoCal battle as a Battle of the Year contender. He had the win for the title match, the Continental, can't sniff on that, and a good battle versus Gas Buff. Even if it was a loss, it was a good battle. 3 is Yunnan. Tournament win, not too much to be said there, but just consistently good. And number 2, Maverick. You won't have seen the Whisper battle. I have. I was there live. There's a recap for that. But great battle, and wins versus internationals. That convincing. Probably some of the most convincing wins throughout the whole year, and in a return from William off for 4 years. And at number 1, Gemini. Gemini's just that guy. What else could be said? Wins the title match, the 2-on-2, the Battle of the Year contender, and beats T-Top in the UK. What else could be said? For me, round of the year is going to go to Bizzle Bonds first versus Gemini, which makes that win so much more intense for Gemini. And battle of the year, I'm going to go Jerry West versus Whispers. I know it's a little out there, but it was a great battle. Cammy GBR, salute. And Caveman's my most improved of the year. Let's go.
Oh.
All
right, whatever.
Boy, and it goes and it starts.
Cojay said whatever. Hold on.
Loves Kingsley Thunder, that top 10, don't he?
Kingsley Thunder number 8. That's wild to me. But at the same time, I'm not gonna pick holes at anyone's like bottom 3, because it's tough. That was tough. But after that, I think it gets crazy. I feel like Sean Cray is way too high.
I agree.
Sean Cray above Slim Buck is insane.
Crazy.
Very insane. Very insane. Very insane.
Crazy, man. I feel like what Cammy did, based on how he did that video, it looked like he was just like tallying wins and losses, not looking at battles and saying like, how good is this battle? What was the impact of this battle? How did
replay value?
Like very limited in scope. Maverick number 2. I don't see how Maverick can be number 2. I don't see how that's. You know,
I mean, he wasn't number 2, but he oh boy.
Maverick was good. I'm
he was good. He was good. He was very good, but not number 2.
Mad at top 5, but number 2, wild, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Do you know what I think Cammy does? Yeah, I think sometimes he tries to go for picks that he knows no one else will.
Right. Yeah.
Like no one else is going to pick this and it's going to spark some sort of conversation. I know it's not really that person, but I'm going to do that anyway. That's the only thing I can think of. Like, I'm going to go and do this anyway just to create conversation. That's what
I can see that being possible. Battle of the year, Whispers versus Jerry West did not have the same impact on me as it did for him. I didn't even know, like, I didn't really have it in my list of contenders, but round of the year, I'm not even really mad at. I thought Bizzle had a great first against Gemini. It's not my round of the year, but I'm not mad at it. And most improved Caveman, I'm not mad at that either, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Caveman. I'm not. That's the thing. The list itself, I'm not too mad at the list. It's different than mine, but I'm not too mad at the list. The order is just very well off for me.
Yeah, I agree.
And if he was here, I'll definitely ask him why Sean Cray is that high when I just can't put Sean Cray that high when he had a great battle with Frankie, but then the Osh battle, I know Cammy ain't seen it.
No, he hasn't.
And
he said it's a big win.
How much does it actually count? And then
that's the thing.
Didn't O'Shea choke all 3 rounds in that battle?
I was in the room.
3 words. Osh said 3 words.
He didn't say nothing.
Osh said 3 words, and Sean only rapped 2 of his rounds because he cut the third. It wasn't even worth rapping his third because Osh.
Yeah.
And then the rap.
I will just say, sorry, quickly, with the Sean Cray Osh battle, that was a technical. Like that's the only reason he's allowed to be considered.
Yes.
To the top 10 because of that technical battle. Technically, it happened, but we don't really count. So it is just strange, I will say, to see him above Slim Buck, above Gas Buck. It's just it's odd. It's
odd decision. Exactly. And if it was one of them, because I'm not gonna lie, see the 9th and 10th spot, I'm like, oh, here you can kind of give it to whoever. It's not really clear. If you just was given the 10th spot to a Sean Cray for whatever reason you had, then fair enough. I hear you. I don't agree, but that's fine. When you putting him on number 6, it's like, yo, did the Raptor battle was the Raptor battle as that good? Like to me, the Frankie Sean Cray Raptor versus Sean Cray isn't. I was about. I'm not gonna say it's night and day because it's a bit of a reach of saying night and day, but it's nowhere. It's not close. Raptor versus Sean Cray is an okay battle for me. Like, it's a
Yeah,
good
I
battle.
agree.
Cool.
It's an okay battle. It's not. You know, it was fine. I don't think either of them were at their best. So you know,
And it was very friendly. Like I get it, the Frankie one was very friendly too, but it's still both of them showcasing the best of their ability in their own way, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the Raptor battle it just wasn't that for me.
I mean,
really
the one thing you got to respect Sean Cray. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not. I was never a fan of his style anyway. But he's crafted his own fan base, and that if you can do that with the style that you have, that you get some respect from me from that. And I told him this. Like, I'm never a fan of his style, but somehow he made me a fan in one way.
Yeah,
I'll give him credit.
Typically, his style wouldn't be my favorite either. I don't find it like very competitive, but he's very good at it. He's very good at it, and he's not just like he's also technically sound. Like he's sound on a technical level when he raps. So like you know, I give him. I wouldn't put him up there. I think that's crazy, but I'm not mad at him being on the list if he was on the list. Just not that high.
Yeah. Well, that was Cammy's top 10.
Yeah,
it's actually not as crazy as I think maybe I was expecting. It's not insane. It's justifiable in certain parts. So I think there's just a few standouts that are like, all right, that's a choice.
I don't know how the hell he put Maverick ahead of Yunnan.
Maverick ahead of Yunnan is Maverick ahead of Yunnan, and then ahead of Bobby as well is a choice.
He said Maverick is ahead because he has the clearest wins. Yunnan has the clearest wins.
He won the entire tournament
of the whole year.
That's the
he
thing,
won the whole tournament, and Bobby won a belt. So what's clearer than whatever? It's okay.
This is the thing. Like everyone has different opinions, and it's cool. But when you justify it a certain way, you're gonna hold on to how your justification.
Yeah.
If your justification is Maverick has the clearest wins, then no, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yunnan does. Okay.
100%.
And I
agree.
It's not that his level of competition wasn't that high, but when we're talking the clearest wins, Yunnan does have the clearest wins.
Yeah.
So maybe he would be able to expound on that if he was here and he wasn't just in the video. So maybe we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Well, grill him in the comments.
Man said, show no mercy, bro. Show no mercy.
Nah, Cammy's gonna be in the comments arguing with all of you. He's got time.
That's true.
He's gonna be in the comments arguing with all of you. So let us know if you agree with Cammy's comments. Cammy's top 10. What's your order? Is he crazy or do you think he's justifiable? Just let us know in the comments here. Boom. All right. Who wants to go next?
Okay, let me go next, man. Let me get mine out of the way.
Let's get to Wax. Wax is here, so he doesn't need a video. Let me bring up his top 10. Where is Wax?
Salute to Cammy's video, though. He put a lot of effort into that.
He did. I like the editing, actually. I was meant to say that.
Yeah. And he actually kept it short and sweet.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Here's Waxamillion.
Right. This is my top 10 here. So I'm gonna say MK number 10. To me, it was between MK and Dojo. But if you can have international in your first year battle rap, that kind of tipped it for me. Sean Cray, like I said before, was never a fan of his style, but he made me a little bit of a fan. I can't lie. So I respect how he grafted his own fan base as well. So I put him in number 9. Number 8, Cojay's nemesis, Black T. Thought he had an okay year, decent year, lost to Yunnan, but had a few debatables. I thought he debatably beat some Slim Buck, but it is what it is. Number 7, I got Visual. Had a decent year. However, the stigma still remains. Can he be a top tier? That still has it over his head. So I'll put him in number 7. And number 6 is Unanimous. And I'm not going to lie, I told Troubz this. I had Unanimous in number 5. The only reason I put him in number 6, the names he beat, he can beat him any given Sunday.
Yeah.
The names he beat, he can beat him any given Sunday. But yeah, he won a bag. That's impressive. Winning a bag in anything is impressive. But the names he beat, he can beat Kid Nelly with his eyes closed. He can beat Black T. I saw that Black T performance. He wasn't even trying. He was in gear 1. those names he could beat any given Sunday. So I did put him at number 6, but Yunnan still become top 10 for me. Gaspar, not put him number 5. And the only reason I put him number 5 was that Bobby Rex performance. I'll be honest. That kind of picked up for me. And his work rate around the year and his consistency, I thought, yeah, he was top 5 for me. Maverick had a very good year, came back, and I thought from what I saw 4 years ago, he came better than before. Had 2 internationals, good showings. Number 3 was Bobby, won a belt. No matter what you think the result was, he won that fair and clear. Number 2, I put Slim Buck. I put Slim Buck number 2 because you can say what he won with battles, but his popularity is, my God, the numbers, the replay value, his bars, what he does, and how he risen on top within the year alone. Yeah, it was amazing to me. And number 1 was, yes, it speaks for itself, double champion, undisputed UK BR champion, Gemini. So yeah, my most improved battler was Dojo. I'll be honest, I thought Dojo had a very good year. I thought he just slightly didn't make top 10 for me. I think it was due to maybe it's probably his competition, but I think he's here for a very, very good year. My round of the year was Slim Buck first versus Eunice. And my battle of the year, I'm not gonna lie, I'm being completely biased with this one because they said my slogan was Jazz and Rumnitty versus Cojay and Gemini. I'm putting that in my battle of the year. Say no more. That's me. What we gotta say? Talk to me.
I think it's all right. I think it's calm. I don't really have.
I'm not gonna lie, it's the first year that I actually say I'm proper really thought about my list, because I ain't gonna lie, the last year was terrible. The year before that, I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna die in that Moke Hill, innit? I died with that Moke Hill, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, the year before that, last year was terrible, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, year before that, I was dying with Moke number 1, but it's what it is, innit? But yeah, I thought this year, you know what, let me put my notebook, I'm actually ready for the questions. Come on, talk to me.
I will say, actually, I do like your list. I like the names on the list. I think that's some pretty good choices here. A little bit confused by the order of a couple of them, I won't lie.
Yeah, go on. Okay.
I don't know that Unanimous and Visual should have been as low as they were. I get what you're saying about Unanimous's like level of competition. I do understand what you're saying, but I just don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think it makes sense with the names that are above him, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but okay, I understand it was a tournament. I understand, he won £1,000, and that can be top 5. But come on, man, Kicknelly, like I said, he could beat him at any given Sunday.
Again, I understand your point.
Canel,
the competition wasn't near him. I get it. But did you actually watch the battle?
Come on, yeah, I did. But Yuna can beat them. He doesn't have to be gear 1 for that. Come on, man.
Agreed that Yunnan can beat those names, and that he did beat those names, and he was meant to, right? But what I'm saying is, did you watch his actual performance?
Yeah, I was there for Black T. He wasn't even past gear 1. Even he told me that. I was Canel.
Who was gear 1? Yunnan or Black T?
Oh, Black T, he wasn't even past gear 1 with Black T, bruv.
Porkies.
I was there. You can ask Yunnan. I was right there. I was literally right there. I even judged it. I said 3-0 Black Yunnan, and he looked like he wasn't even trying. Come on, man.
Who wasn't trying, did you say? Yunnan?
Yeah, obviously he was trying, but come on, man. The way he was rapping was like, come on, man, easy light work. Compared to what he usually raps. Easy light work.
I completely disagree. I thought he had an excellent performance against Black T.
I don't know.
Of course you would, innit? Of course you would. But yeah.
I thought Yunnan had excellent performances all year until about the final, the tongue twister battle. I wasn't super.
I think you say it, of course you would. I think it would actually be in Kojay's best interest to say that he beat Black T in gear 1. So when you say, and of course you will, Cojay wouldn't have held himself to say Yunnan didn't even try and clearly beat Black T.
He even told me that. He wasn't even impressed with the Black T performance. He told me that himself.
I'm just saying, I don't care what he's told you to make himself look cool. I didn't even try, and that's not I didn't even try a performance. That wasn't for me.
It's
I think
not.
it was. I think he definitely did try, and he showed. He showed out
Yeah.
versus Black Key. It was a good performance.
I thought he was excellent against Kicknelly. He was excellent against Black
He
Key.
was.
He was excellent against Canelo. It was Mr. Tongue Twister. I thought he went into gear one and he was like kind of like the material started to feel a little bit flimsy. And yeah, but besides that, I feel like the first three were great. So I agree with Linda that I would have put Yunnan higher in the list. I'm not mad at visual. I understand your placement because you know he does have that thing hanging over him. Can he beat a top tier? Every top tier he goes against, he seems to lose. However, in the building, as soon as Visual versus Bobby Rex happened, I wasn't expecting it to be a 5-0. I was not. I said to Bobby afterwards, I was like, bro, I think this is close, bro.
I think this is very close battle.
Yeah,
when I watched it back, though, I still gave it to Bobby. I still gave it to Bobby when I watched it back. But I thought
What
it was
round
close.
did you give it to him? Did you give him every round or?
No, it was 2-1. I forget what rounds. Visual had a really good second.
Yeah, second.
Yeah, he had a great second round. So I gave him the second round. I gave Bobby the first and third, if my memory serves. And I think the third was close, but the first was clear to Rex. The first was like the clear. I was like, this is going to be a walk if it goes like this. I thought like Viz took a really weird approach in the first round. But yeah, anyway, I'm really not mad at the list. Besides, yeah, probably Yunnan's placement for me. But otherwise, cool.
First.
And the Battle of the Year is obviously amazing. It's an excellent.
But yeah, apart from that, I kind of fuck with the list still. I fuck with the list. The order, I disagree with the order in certain areas, but you'll see when you see my one. But yeah, and then you got Dojo most improved, Slim Buck first versus Eunice and top two. I've got nothing.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, big up Wax.
I was expecting cooking. I can't lie, bro.
No, it was a good list, man. It was a good list.
I was ready to argue. bro. What?
I know, I can tell. You're feeling like not even letting people speak.
Because I get cooked every year. Like, fucking hell.
Wax is out here not even letting people speak. He's ready for war.
I'm ready for war.
What do you mean you don't agree with me? You guys agree with who? Me?
I was too good, man. First. All right, cool. All right.
You almost seemed a little disappointed. Did you want?
I was ready to go in, man. I was like, yo, come on, let's go, man.
Fair.
I respect it.
Especially Cojay. I can't lie. I thought he was going to see black team. He was going to go crazy. I was like, yeah.
Bruh, you'll see my list. First.
All right. Should we go into... Let me bring up. I'm just going to bring someone else out random. Should I go with mine?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go. Hey.
I'll go with mine. All right. Again, similar lists, kind of just different orders. So I've got MK at number 10. I must say the number 10 and the number 9 it's like, it could have been between like 4 or 5 people. And that was like not a clear person to distinguish themselves from being top 10. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I don't know if that means the fight between the guys to get in their last 2 spots. It's just a tight fight kind of thing, or if it's just you guys didn't do enough to just stand out in a sense. But anyway, I've got MK. I think MK he had a good year, but I think he didn't pick up enough clear wins. I think he should have picked up a clearer wins. I want to see more clear wins from MK going forward because he lost the photo.
I agree.
I think he beat Sam Hypes. He beat LL Cool G. He beat TK. To be fair, he's got a few wins. But I saw a few people saying, "Oh, maybe he lost to LL Cool G." I don't think he lost to LL Cool G, but
he did not lose to LL Cool G.
When you watch it back, then you feel like, oh, Oh,
Cojay reacted to it, so
Ooh.
Cojay's like,
Ooh.
he did not.
He did not. But the room loved Coogi that day, bro.
They did.
They were going crazy. So I can see why, if you watched it live, you might have thought that, because the room loved what Coogi was doing for some reason, bro. But yeah.
I think MK had a decent year. Dojo, he was the second person with the highest battles after Gas.
You get 10 battles, I swear. 9 or 10 battles.
Six. I think.
6. Oh, okay.
Gas
Ooh,
had-
Gas
Gas-
Puff.
No, Dojo.
Oh, Dojo. Yeah, he did 6, I think.
Oh, okay, 6.
Yeah,
Okay,
Dojo
cool.
had about 6. Dojo put in a lot of work, but again, he didn't. I don't think he stood out as much for me as well. Like in the performances, I think I want to see him stand out a bit more. So even though he done all those battles, it's like he didn't really. After that, I have Black T. I think Black T had a decent year as well. I got him edging versus Slim Buck. Who else did he battle? I think he battled.
He battled Lazy, he battled Cray G, and he battled Yuna.
Yeah, I got him beating Cray G quite clearly. I got him beating Lazy. I actually watched the battle with Lazy recently again, and I actually think Black T won quite clear. You know. At first,
Second
I
and
thought it was
third,
close.
clear.
I thought it was close. But I gave it to T. But now I actually think it was T. I don't know if it's also me hearing Lazy say, "Yeah, I think you won the battle." Like I think that also made my program. But I actually got Black T winning versus Lazy quite clearly.
I thought it was Lazy 3-0, but that's just me personally. I thought
This guy don't rest, bro.
I think there's an argument to be made that it was a close battle, but I scored it 2-1 to T with the second and third round.
Yeah, same. But I think the second and third I clear Black T though. I actually think the second and third I clear Black T. I think Lazy is clear the first. I think Black T is clear the second and third. Hence why the battle is clear to me. I didn't struggle to give for me to give Lazy a second round. I have another round. I'm gonna have to struggle with to with that argument. So, I've got Black T, and then losing to Yunnan. Then you got Gas done like what 9 battles in 9?
Yeah.
9 battles. I think Gas has a lot of battles that he didn't need to take. But he got a very important and great performance versus Bobby Rex. I think was an important win for me for Gas, because I think, and that's the thing, I from this point on, I think when you get to me, the first 8 have to be in your top 10. If you don't have the 8, I think those 8, if you don't have those 8 people on your top 10
in some order,
like I don't care what your order is.
Yeah.
If you don't have those 8, I think your order is a bit, unless you're missing out one, whatever, cool. I think your shit's wrong. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree.
Especially the 7, but 8, those 8, I think those 8 are clearly a top 10.
I agree.
That's just my opinion. Anyway, and then you got Visual. Visual start. I think it would have been great to see Visual versus Shocks, but we didn't. But yeah, Visual had a good year, but he lost to Maverick. Who else did he? He lost to Bobby. It was a judge battle. Although I don't think the loss versus Bobby's would hurt him, because there's a lot of people arguing that Visual won.
It didn't hurt his stock at all, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think that is a loss that hurts his stock at all. Because there's so many people arguing that he won. So he makes it, if that battle wasn't judged, it could have just been a debatable battle and left there as that. Because he was judged, we have to, he lost to Bobby, but the Maverick battle he kind of lost quite,
Yeah, that was not judged.
That wasn't judged.
We could see it was Mav.
The general consensus, Maverick won. He beat Cray G quite clearly, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Then you've got Maverick, good year. I think, he's his first year back as well. CJA, Opper, and I didn't see the Whispers battle, but who else did he battle? Visual, we just spoke on it. But yeah, solid year. Bobby winning the title. which is dope. If the Bobby and Slim Buck was very, for me, on who takes the third spot, and I'm not mad at Bobby. I'm not mad at Bobby taking the third spot. To be honest, the only reason I put Slim Buck there, I thought his impact this year was a lot stronger. I think maybe it's because obviously it's his first year also full overall in our scene. His impact in terms of numbers that he brought onto the scene, like his battle with RX is over 10K. Most of his battles is over 10K. Like Slim does. He's not just that, and we know he's a popular battler, but that's a testament to him. You know, his work is what made him popular. So, and he brought that popularity onto our scene, and his impact was definitely felt. So I gave that spot to Slim Buck. I think Yunnan had great performances, got to the final. It would have been sick to see the Yunnan versus Gem last year.
Facts.
That could have changed the year a little bit if that battle happened, and if let's say Yunnan wins or whatever, but the battle didn't happen. But yeah, Yunnan still have great performances. And then you got Gem, who there's no point of justifying Gems being number one because I think that's quite clear. Most improved, I gave it to Shawnee B. I gave Slim Buck first versus Eunice as well as round of the year. I really like that round. I almost picked Gemini second versus Bizzo. I almost picked that.
That was that was.
But yeah, I went with Slim Buck first. And Battle of the Year, top 2 versus Kardashians. It is, I think that's overall when we look at stats. If we're breaking down by stat, I think is the battle that accumulated the most views last year.
Yeah.
And it was just the most watchable battle. I think replay value wise, etc., is just the best battle last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is me.
I can't argue with any of this.
Yeah, I'm not mad at none of this. I can't lie.
I can't argue with any of it. I agree with the Slim Buck Bobby thing. It's hard to pick a position there. Yeah, and I agree with the top 8 has to be there in my opinion too. I feel like if that top 8's not there, there's something wrong because I feel like it was after 8. It was like, yo, y'all can fight it out, have a battle royale for 9 and 10 because I feel like that 8 all proved themselves, and then nobody else did enough to really prove themselves after that point. So yeah, I can't argue with you. Most improved, Shawnee B, good pick.
Yeah,
Slim Buck first, good pick. Battle of the Year, excellent pick. Probably the best pick of the year.
Of course, for you, you'd say.
But yeah.
Anyone wants to go next?
I'll go.
There you go, long hair Linda.
All right. Well, as you can see, this is my list. So I've got some notes over here. I'll try and keep it brief because I think a lot of the names are similar for all of us. So in at number 10, I had Crow. So Crow had 4 battles in 2024. In my opinion, he took a loss to Trouble in March at Absolute. Yep. He did beat Gas Buff in the entitlement tournament, but then he did lose to Tongue Twister in the same tournament. And then he, in my opinion, won against Tech in August at Apex 5. I think Crow did consistently well. I put him below Gast, even though Crow beat him in the entitlement tournament. Because for me, Gas beat a top tier in 2024. So at least for that one battle, his level of competition was higher than Crow's, but still good performances throughout the year. Gained just under 10,000 views in his battles as well. And I think it was worth putting him in at number 10 based on the active battlers that were eligible. In at number 9, I have Mr. Tongue Twister. So he had 4 battles in 2024 as well. Only one of them was outside of the entitlement tournament. So he battled LS Dean on Premier Battles, and he, in my opinion, got the win for that. And then he got 2 more wins during the entitlement tournament on DF against Hulk and then against Crow. And then he lost, obviously, we saw, to Yunnan in the final. I did think that Mr. Tongue Twister was super consistent all year. Some say his loss may have been debatable or even a robbery at the end there because Yunnan had choked or stumbled. But that's not how I feel about it, to be honest. I think Yunnan was the clear winner, even with his stumbling. But again, that doesn't take away from, the wins that Tongue Twister had in his earlier battles. And in terms of like replay value and views, he did gain a fair amount of views. He got about 14,000, almost 14,500, with his most views obviously coming from the Yunnan battle, as to be expected. In at number 8, I've got Black Tea. We've got the same top 8. We've just got them slightly different orders, I think. But yeah, in at number 8, I've got Black Tea. I think he had some really good battles. He was on the biggest card of the year, put on an excellent performance in front of Lazy, and obviously won. He did obviously face a top tier in his battle with Yunnan. He lost, but I think he actually did put on a great performance against Yunnan. I think if it wasn't for the fact that he was facing a top tier, a very dangerous Yunnan as well, I think that he could have taken the battle based on what he came with. I thought he did really well, but obviously Yunnan was just levels above in that performance. I think Black Tea was consistent throughout 2024 and deserved a spot in the top 10. He also gained almost 22,000 views in his battles, his 2024 battles, which I thought was pretty good in this climate. In at number 7, I have Gassed Buff. He had 9 battles. Not going to talk about all of them, obviously, but the main reasons I have for putting him in my top 10 list are that he was in the entitled tournament. I always want to call it entitlement tourney. I don't know why. But the entitled tournament, and he got a win against the Burke, although he did later lose to Crow, but in a good battle. And his level of competition wasn't overly high until he got to Bobby Rex right at the end, and he actually won. So I think he's very consistent, very professional, clearly gives a shit about battling. He also gained almost 18,500 views for his 2024 battles. Now, he did do 9 battles, so there's a few in there that didn't do very well, but some of them did do pretty good in this climate. And again, he beat Bobby Rex, which he was not expected to do. And then I've got Maverick in at number 6. So he had lots of wins. He had 4 battles in 2024, wins against Visual, Opera, and CJA. He probably won against Whispers, but that battle didn't come out and I wasn't there, so I can't say for sure. But that was a battle that took place on members only. I think Maverick had consistently good performances on the biggest cards of 2024. Now, even though he did beat Visual, in my opinion, I did place him 1 below because honestly, I thought the battle for the Intercontinental title between Viz and Bobby happened on the same day as Mav and CJA at Plug 5, and I thought that was a better battle to watch back. So I do also think that Viz in general had slightly more impact with his battles, just in my opinion. Though maybe the Whispers battle not being out is kind of hurting Mav in this situation. I don't obviously know how that went. But I do think that Mav is consistent. He's professional. He's very fun to watch. Didn't have any chokes from what I can remember, and he more than earned his spot in the top 10, in my opinion. Then we've got Visual. So we had 5 battles in 2024, 3 wins, 2 losses. He did lose to Maverick, as I mentioned, Absolute. He also lost to Bobby for the Intercontinental title at Plug. But like we've said before, that battle was really good. I mean, what a way to lose, in my opinion. If you're going to lose, at least put on a classic battle, and I think they did that. He had a decent level of competition. Johnny Darko was in his class back in the day, as was Maverick, and he beat one, lost to the other. Craig G, current form villain, I feel like both of those he was supposed to beat, and he did. Bobby Rex is obviously top tier, and while Viz did give him a run for his money, he did still lose the title, which is why he is at 5 for me and not higher than Bobby. But yeah, I think overall Visual is pretty impactful to our scene. I do think Shock's no-showing hurt him a lot in this department, especially if he had beat Shocks. I think that would have done a lot for his stock, in my opinion. And we keep talking about him not getting wins in the right places sometimes in order to push his stock up. And I think that could have really been one of them ones. So I'm really sad for him. I will say, bar Maverick's return, Visual has consistently shown us why he's at the top of his class recently, and he has been on some of the biggest cards in 2024, gaining almost 18,500 views for his 2024 battles as well. Then we got Slim Buck. Speaking of views, Slim Buck in at number 4. He had 3 battles in 2024. I think he had a win against RX. I think it was a debatable, but still a win against Black T. And obviously he took a loss against Eunice at Plug 5. But does it matter? That battle was incredible. It doesn't matter if he lost. I just think he did, if we want to be technical about it. Unbelievable performance on the biggest event of the year against Eunice. Even though he lost again, he lost in a battle of the night contender on a very, very competitive card. And it was also a battle of the year contender for me as well. So I really, again, it doesn't really matter too much for me that he lost that one. His level of competition was pretty on par with his tier. And he was very, a consistently strong performer in 2024. He did get a total of 68,000 views across his 3 battles. His fans are going to show up for him every time. So yeah, Slim Buck in at number 4 for me. Above him, I've got Bobby Rex, our Intercontinental champ. So he had 3 battles in 2024. He had a win against Soul Khan, in my opinion, at Ascension. And again, that was a Battle of the Year contender. What a battle that was. He had a win against Visual for the title and the Intercontinental title. And he took a loss against Gas Buff, which is crazy. Which is the reason why I couldn't put him in at number 2. I was thinking about putting him at number 2 initially, but I couldn't justify that. No disrespect, love you, Bobby. But yeah, so I'll start with the Ascension card. I watched the whole card on VOD because I wasn't there, and Bobby definitely was my performance of the night in that battle. And I had that battle as the battle of the night, and for quite a big chunk of the year, I had that battle as my battle of the year. Bobby is also, obviously, as I mentioned, Intercontinental champ after putting on a great performance at the biggest event of the year, which was Plug 5. He's a consistently excellent battle rapper and an excellent rapper in general as a whole. He did have that small choke against Gas Buff. Unfortunately, he did rack up almost 27,000 views, but again, the reason he is in at number 3 and not number 2 for me personally is because I think wins and losses do play a part to a degree, and especially if you take a loss to somebody in a tier below you, I think that's something that should affect where you rank, in my opinion. Then I've got Yunnan in at number 2. So he had 4 wins. We talked about the level of competition, not exactly high, not exactly on par to where he is and being a top tier battle rapper, but he did beat Kick Nelly on members only, and he beat Black T, Canel, and Mr. Tongue Twister in the final for the Entitled tournament. Let's be clear, Yunnan's name added credibility to that members only card, along with some of the other performers on there. I don't think the league, the event, or the battle were the ones doing any favors for Yunnan. So if we're talking about impact and all this type of thing, it's Yunnan. For the Entitled tournament, I think it was basically built for Yunnan to win, to face Gem, to be quite honest. Yeah. But either way, the fact that he had the motivation to write and to perform at the level that he did in spite of his opponents that he was facing, like the tier, it's like he wasn't thinking about that. And the fact that he was able to muster up the motivation to do that, I think that was incredibly impressive, had a huge impact on the scene because he was out there trying very, very hard when a lot of people, like we were just saying before, he probably could have gone in gear 1 and smoked it, and he didn't, in my opinion. I think he put on really, really good performances, and the fact that he found the motivation to write and perform like that is really, really impressive. Very consistent, excellent performances, like I said, with only a quick stumble in the Mr. Tongue Twister battle, and he got almost 23,000 views across his 4 battles. And then, of course, in at number 1, I've got Gemini. Come on, it's Gem, guys. He beat T-Top at members only. He won the Premier Battles title and became the double champ in August against Bizzo. The double champ, that's redundant. The champ or the double champ, pick one. He then was in a 2-on-2 team for the first time with Cojay called the Top 2, and faced Rumnitty and Jazz the rapper in an incredible battle in Plug 5. Again, first ever double champ. He did his first ever 2-on-2 and produced my personal battle of the year. He was consistent as fuck, no chokes. Racked up 221,000 views from his 3 battles, obviously being bolstered by the battle of the year. These numbers are all coming from as of middle of February, so they might be different by the time this comes out, but you get the gist. So speaking of my battle of the year, I mean, top 2 versus the Kardashians. 125,000 views it's on right now. Incredible battle, really great battle. I've watched that battle very many times, and I saw it in the room, so I don't know why I've watched it back that many times, but I have. It's really, really good. I will say some honorable mentions for me. Some runner-ups were Slim Buck vs Eunice from that same card. Slim Buck vs Eunice was so good, such a great battle. As I mentioned already, Bobby Rex vs Soul Khan, and also Frankie Fraser and Sean Cray. Just wanted to give them a little shout out. Had it not been for top 2 versus Kardashians, it would have been one of them for me. Those 3 battles were great, but I mean, come on, this clear battle of the year. My round of the year was the top 2 second round. Reason being, I loved all the rounds from everyone in that battle. Again, really good battle. Watch it loads of times. But this one just has the most quotables for me personally. Just some really fun things were said in the second round that I just personally enjoyed. I liked, so Jazz got a time signature as it beating a 4-4. You'll see Jazz with a face she never made before. Vacuum sealed. I guess he's a Hoover Crip. Don't call me the champ, bitch. I am the champ. Roger Federer. Make you famous off the backhand. I love that line. So yeah, second round for me was great. And my most improved was Gas Buff. Reason being, Gas Buff beat a top tier in 2024. He beat the Bobby Rex. I think that's really impressive. So he's my most improved. Just want to give a quick honorable mention as well for my top 10. Didn't quite make it, but was Kingsley Thunder. Had 5 decent battles in 2024. Just didn't quite make it for me. And that's my list.
Point with the view, comes back.
I'm on mute. Yeah, I've got nothing to say really. Like I said, your list is very close to mine. I think
I literally cannot argue with your list, and when my list comes up, you'll know what I'm talking about. I can't. I literally can't argue with it.
Yeah. Shout out to Tongue Twisted as well. He definitely he didn't make my top 10, but I think he definitely deserves to be there as well. So again, that 9 and 10 can vary. But look, like I said, the 8 seems pretty much. I think it's probably the same order as mine too. Yeah,
I know that I think a couple of you guys had Maverick above Visual because Maverick beat Visual.
Yeah, I had Maverick above Visual. Maverick above Visual.
And yeah, 2 internationals.
Again, I think that's totally fair. Like I said, I think the justification for me was I loved both of their performances this year, definitely, and I liked their battle as well. Even though Visual lost that battle, I think the battle itself was really good as well. And I just think that I probably watched more back of the Visual battles than I have Maverick from 2024. Not that I didn't enjoy the Maverick ones, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think
also I think I'm not alone in that either, because I mentioned views. Visual got 18.4K for his views. Maverick unfortunately only got 8.3. So it's a really big difference between the two, and I think I tried to encompass everything when I'm picking the order, which is why it took me so long to create this order.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair. I didn't have Maverick above Visuals only because not just because of their battle alone, but also Visual the battle with Bobby. So in my mind it was more of all right. I didn't see. You got 2 losses, and when it comes to Maverick, I didn't see the Whispers battle, but from what I heard that he won the battle as well. Sure. I'm not sure if he actually did or not, but from what I heard, I didn't take that too much in consideration. But also I didn't actually see Maverick lose a battle.
Yeah,
that's real. Facts.
Same.
I didn't see Maverick lose a battle clearly, where I saw Visual losing to Maverick quite clearly. So
I hear that.
But yeah, I can't argue with Nana. And Gas being most improved, Gas was almost my most improved as well, to be quite honest. I think I decided to shed light on Shawnee because it was more of a newer competition, like newer class. I thought let me shed light on Shawnee B. Seeing as Gas is already in my top 10. But I actually think overall Gas might actually be the most improved.
That's the thing. It was between the two.
Because most improved is not just the new guys that you take in consideration. It's in every.
It's everybody,
right?
It's everybody.
Yeah, most improved is everyone. it's how you could even say Gemini's improvement. I don't think his improvement from the year before was tragically, but you could have if you wanted to. So most improved is everyone. So I'm really not mad at Gatsby.
And his work rate is high as well, man. This guy does bare promos, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely deserves to be there, man.
100%. But yeah, I love the top 10 still.
Sweet. Thanks, guys. I didn't get no backlash or nothing.
It's an almost perfect top 10, I would say.
Oh, is it because it's not exactly yours?
Damn near. Damn near. I'm not joking. That's damn near mine.
I'm not gonna lie. I did say some of the top 10s are very similar. I think even mine. I think you on the last two are different. The rest is the same.
Yeah.
And same as Cojay as well. Let me show you.
I think me and Linda have one difference.
Same. Yeah, you do.
Oh, literally number 10 spot. Okay. Oh, and no, there's a couple of differences.
Oh, my battle of the year and stuff. That's all different. Yeah. The top 10 itself is basically the same in the same order. It's just the number 10 that's different. I gave Caveman number 10. Again, I feel like this could have gone to a litany of people. And I gave it to Caveman because I enjoyed some of Caveman's battles. I was live. It probably a bit of bias because I was there live for a lot of it. And I enjoyed it. I remember watching Caveman, in my opinion, beat Gas Buff live. And I was like, that was an impressive performance. So I was like, yeah, I gave it to Caveman, but it could have gone to Kingsley Thunder. It could have gone to, I'm not even mad at Cammy saying Carlton Shanks. It could have gone to MK. There's people that this could have gone to. Mr. Tongue Twister, again, I removed my preferences and my personal bias out of this list when I made it. If it was to my personal, I probably wouldn't have put Mr. Tongue Twister in there. I probably wouldn't. I don't think his style is like it's not modern enough for me. But he did enough this year to be there. He won almost every battle in the title tournament. He had the battle with LSD earlier in the year, and people have him beating Yunnan. I don't. I don't have him beating. I don't really.
I gave Yunnan the battle as well, to be fair.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that close either. And that's not because I didn't think Mr. Tongue Twister had a good performance. I just feel like there's a clear difference in class, and it was always on display throughout the whole battle. But that being said, I feel like Mr. Tongue Twister definitely did enough to earn that spot above others.
Yeah, I agree with you with the Yunnan. I just at the same time, I don't think you were supposed to beat Yunnan as well. So
yeah, no, of course not. I agree with what Linda said, where I feel like the tournament was set up for Yunnan. It was like that's at least how it reads compared to the other names. Yunnan was just like stuck out like a sore thumb. 8, I have Black T. Unfortunately, that shows how fucking trash this year was. God damn it. What the fuck is Black T doing there? That's crazy.
Hey, Black T, can't this guy cook you off there time, man? Come on, man. Black T, I beg, come outside, man. Fucking hell, bro.
Black T's on the list. The list is trash, bro. So Black T, number 8, he lost to Yunnan. Clear got 30. It was disgusting. It was brutal, but we moved past it. He had a debatable battle with Slim Buck. Let's be honest. It was a debatable battle. I might even give it to Black T. To be honest, I might. Like, I think it's close enough to say that Black T could have won the battle.
I gave the battle to Black T, to be fair.
It's close enough.
Yeah, I agree. Because that first Slim Buck was slumbering.
Yeah, Slim Buck's first round in that battle was crazy. He was going off, but then I feel like it started to level out as the battle went on. And yeah, he was great against Lazy, obviously at the plug, and that was like his first big stage debut, and he really did the big stage well. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what I feel about all of his content, he was on a stage. He had the crowd there eating out of his palm in the second and third. You know what I'm saying? And he performed confidently. So, he deserves a spot at 8. 7, Gas Buff, very, very active year. Obviously he beat my boy, which he shouldn't have done. You know what I'm saying? Bobby.
So you're saying you're coming outside for Gas Buff this year, yeah? Because I don't know about that.
Salute to guys. I actually think he was good all year, basically. And you're right, Troubz. You said he takes battles he doesn't need to. Absolutely. Cut that 9 battles you did down to 5 and just make it the 5 we care about. I was like, even 4. You know, I'm not mad about it. But
I think
you showed
should push for a 5.
Yeah. And but make them battles you care about, we care about, so that you're not dropping them, because we saw the level you gave to Bobby Rex, and if you do that consistently over less battles, your stock is higher than if you do it inconsistently over 9, 10 battles. You know what I'm saying? So just cut it down a bit, and you'll get more out of it. But I think you earned your spot. You had a great year, and you beat Rex there. I thought Rex had a great first 2 rounds, but I still think Gas cared about it more. You know. Maverick, number 6. What's crazy is, in my head, before I actually sat down to make the list, I always assumed Maverick was going to be top 5, 100%. I was like, there's no way he's not. The reason why he didn't actually make top 5 is I went back. I had to go back and watch some of these battles, and I just didn't feel like Maverick's battles translated very well. Like that's a bit of a reach. I'm not saying he was trash or nothing. I'm just saying his battle with Visual, in my opinion, was like a battle of the year contender. I feel like because it happened so early in the year, it's not in those lists, but I feel like it is a battle of the year contender. But after that, I feel like Maverick waned for me. I wasn't feeling as much of the content. Him versus Appa, decent battle, but is it either of their best? Not really. Him versus CJ.
Show prep that one was. That's what they had.
I hear you. And he had a good moment in the second round, but I wasn't like overly impressed compared to the person I was arguing for the spot, which is Visual. But Visual, I did have higher highs. He lost to Maverick. He was still great in that battle, but I feel like he lost convincingly. Maverick was overpowering, and he had a pretty flawless performance. But then Viz went on to do more impressive stuff, in my opinion. Him against Villain, yeah, he was supposed to beat Villain, sure, but he had some bangers in the Villain battle.
Yeah, like he was fire versus Villain.
He was so good, man.
And also, then, I kind of like that he went on to other leagues and won.
He had like a little tour, bro.
He went to No Loose Chat and won. Yeah. He went to Don't Flop and won. Like you know what I mean? Like he went. It's cool to take a little tour, but win clear and come back home is, I think, it just feels like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna flex my muscles a little bit, go over there, show them one, go over there, show them one, and then come back home.
100%.
Still good.
100%. And if I had to like call one of the mid tiers a top tier, the one that would be closest to doing it right now is Visual. The 3 in this list, Slim Buck, Maverick, and Visual, they're all like right there. But if I had to call one of them as a head, is Visual, even though Maverick beat him, and that's why Visual is there. I thought he was great against Bobby. I thought that was a closer battle than the decision made it out to be. But you got to remember, when it's a 5-0 decision, sounds crazy, but every judge can say
2-1 each. Yeah, exactly. Every judge can say 2-1.
Yeah, exactly. It could be by this much, but if every judge says it, it sounds crazy. So Viz deserves number 5. Mav deserves number 6. Slim Buck, bro, who's made an impact like Slim Buck this year besides the top names? Not really.
I don't think anyone. Yeah, I don't
no,
think anyone.
Like
as in a new like a breath of fresh air impact.
Overall
impact, Slim Buck's done that.
He's 100%, and not only here, like you can talk about, Slim Buck's bringing over his own fan base, so he's got. You could say they're even inflated numbers if you wanted to. I don't think so. The Eunice battle, that's international. I've seen people from America saying that was one of the best battles of the year. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, and he got that out of Eunice. Eunice isn't. He's getting big now, but he's not like a household name yet. But he got a classic out of that battle. He's had great performances all year. I feel like he was great against Black T. That might be Black T's best back and forth this year. RX, another great battle. Probably RX's best performance in ever. So Yeah, I think he's produced great battles, and he's
and he brings in like all those battles have over 10K because of him.
yeah,
Like,
because he's in it.
He's in it. He's
Yeah.
because it's not like you're gonna go through other RX battles and you see another 10K on there just like that. It's not. Maybe he does. I don't know, but I'm saying Slim Buck consistently has over 10K battles, and he consistently performs. And I think also another thing as well, when we're talking about this impact that Slim Buck had, he's done it in not so many battles.
No,
he's only actually had 3 battles.
He hasn't spread himself.
Oh, it's about this year or it's about altogether? I think it's 4.
This year.
Oh, yeah, this year 3. Yeah.
Because iKid was in November last year.
Yeah.
When we're saying this year, I mean last year. iKid was the year before.
Yeah.
So he really only had RX, Black T, and Eunice.
Yeah. And he did a lot with a little, bro. He did a lot with a little. And and people, he had like one of the best battles of the year with Eunice. Like it's a battle of the year contender. I wouldn't be mad if it won battle of the year. I wouldn't be mad. I feel like that's it was fire. He's great. He's done a lot. He definitely deserves a spot. I was umming and awing about 4 and 3 when it comes to Bobby and Slim, like Troubz said he was, because I wasn't sure, but I think I put Bobby Rex at number 3. He won the belt. That's huge. And he also is one half of my personal battle of the year. And so I feel like the loss to Gas Buff, it stung, but I don't think it did enough for him to like drop a position for me. Like I feel like he did enough. He wins the belt. He's a battle of the year battler for me. So he deserves number 3, and he was excellent in those battles. So I put him in number 3. Unanimous number 2, all personal issues out. I push it to the side. I'm trying to be, real, just looking at it from a rap perspective. And in that case, I had to put Yunan where he is. I did consider even putting Bobby and Slim Buck above Yunan just because of strength of schedule, just because, his battles were so easy. You could say, right? No disrespect to who he was battling, but they were like almost layup battles. But the reason I didn't is because when I watched those battles, unlike Wax, I didn't see the coasting.
I didn't say he coasted. I just said he could, bruv. I didn't say he was even trash. I just said bruv.
We know
we could beat them. We know we could beat them. Come on, man. Oh.
Yeah, we know, but he didn't just do enough to beat them. He didn't. He did more. He did way more than enough to beat them.
It was overkill in a couple of instances.
He went crazy against Kid Nelly. He went crazy against Black T. He went crazy against Canel. Like he was clever against Canel. Canel hardly got 3 rounds out, but he was still at a level. You know what I'm saying? The only performance I don't really think was as strong was against Mr. Tongue Twister. I didn't feel that performance as much. He had some decent bars in there. I still feel like his class showed a lot, but I feel like he had a bit more flimsy material in certain rounds. But overall, great, like stellar performances. His performance against Black T is beating most of these people here. I'm not gonna lie. It's beating most of these people here.
I hear that.
A gem, but it's beating most of these people here. So yeah. You're not beating a Gem or a Bobby, but I think everyone else it probably does. So I'm putting Yunan up there because strength of performances. He was one of the strongest performers in the year. Gemini, Gem, he fucking sucks, but he's the best, right? He's trash, but he's the best though, right?
Undisputed.
Like, what I'm saying? So yeah, he did the 2-on-2. We had a great time in a 2-on-2. That was a lot of fun. The battle went off. Everyone enjoyed it. He won the title from Bizzo, and he beat T-Top, in my opinion, very comfortably. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. That's a hell of a rap sheet for a year, bro. And he's in the highest viewed battle of the year. So I'm saying, most improved, Shawnee B. I gave it to Shawnee B. I know Troubz did as well. I actually was, the reason why I did was because I literally was thinking to myself as the year was going, oh, this guy's actually pretty good. And I don't do that about like the up and coming class very often. I remember he must
We
have
know.
shared,
We know.
he must have shared a clip of something of one of his battles. It might have been against Dojo or something. And his multi selection is very funny. It's very good. His delivery is very strong. And I was like, yo, he was never like this before. So yeah, I give it to Shawnee B. Round of the year, you said it, Troubz. You didn't pick it, but you said it. Gemini second against Bizzo. Bruh, watch that round anytime, and you'll
That
know
round
why.
is
That's
that round.
crazy stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, low key is up there with one of the rounds I watched the most. I'm not.
It's one of the best rounds on
Specifically
Prem.
rounds. Yeah.
It's one of the best rounds on Prem. He just knows how to momentum build. He knows how to build momentum
And
then
crowd
change
control. Crowd control
exactly.
as well.
It's a yeah. I knew when he sent me that round, I was like, this is come on, bro. Like this is gonna be crazy. So yeah, he deserves that round. And my battle of the year, as I said earlier when we was talking about Bobby's position, is Bobby Rex versus Solcon. I'm not gonna lie, man. That battle to me is like it's very rare that you get one of those international battles that feels personal.
Yes.
It felt like both of them were like attacking each other and being so direct and conversational with each other. Their styles just matched really well. And it came out for like a really good battle with great content on both sides. So yeah, I feel like Bobby won as well. That's another thing. I feel like Bobby did win. Although, I like it's probably debatable because it wasn't like a highly competitive match in the same sense as some of Bobby's other battles, like the visual battle. It was more like they were both, I don't know, they were like in a scrimmage kind of thing. But it was a great battle anyway. I enjoyed it a lot.
They were like showing off, weren't they? It was fun. It was really fun watch.
It was really great. It was
I
really.
agree.
I think it's a classic. I think it's a Prem classic.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I've got no qualms still.
No, I've got arguments. This list don't make sense. I'm just
You can't say shit. You're gonna attack Caveman.
No, never. I love Caveman.
I'll attack Crow though. What is Crow doing in your list, bro? What's Crow
Oh,
doing?
don't do that.
Forgot about Crow. I can't lie. I forgot about him still.
Don't do that.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
He's like, yeah.
Crow. Yeah. You got. What's Crow's year again?
Crow had obviously a loss to you, Gas Buff and Tongue Twister and Entitlement, and then Tech at Apex.
Yeah, the problem is Crow had a lot of forgettable battles. The Tech battle at Apex was only not the worst battle because of Scrazza and Scomo.
God,
Jesus.
Bad.
No, but I think even though he lost to Trouble, I like that battle. I watched it.
No, that's a decent battle. That's a decent battle. But I feel like I don't really remember the other one. The others are really like forgettable to me. No disrespect either. I didn't think the Tongue Twister battle was good. It was weird because it was outside anyway. You know what I'm saying? It was all those battles happened outside, but I feel like Crow's material wasn't catered for outside, and he lost in a battle that he could have won. Like I feel like most people expected Crow to win that battle, and were surprised when he didn't.
I agree.
Look, yeah, fine, all right. I picked him. Now what?
I'm not mad. He number 10. Anyone can have that.
Yeah, it's still a solid pick for number 10.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so before I show you the top 10, actually, I was gonna go somewhere else. What do you guys think the year like? Let's look at. Let me bring up the graphic of the previous years. Is very different.
This is going to be depressing. This is actually going to be depression.
I said depression,
Why? Because you were on it last year.
I was going to say that.
Because everyone was on it last year and no one's on it this year.
Is this 2023? I think it's this, I'm not sure if this is this last year or the year before. Fuck it, let me bring it up. Top 10. Yeah, it is last year, right?
Yeah. Yeah. This is so much stronger. Holy fuck, bro. No disrespect, man.
Yeah.
But this is stacked.
Yeah, but hold on a second.
Yeah.
So you, Quill,
Bizzo.
Reverse, and Shuffle. So 5 out of the top 10 didn't qualify this year.
Let me actually go a step further and tell you 13 out of the top 20 of last year didn't qualify this year.
Ooh.
That's why it's such a I think
13 because you got Rivers, Georgie Roots, so many.
And I think that's the main reason why it's so much weaker or feels so much weaker this year. No disrespect to anyone on the list, you all deserve to be there. But it feels so much weaker because so many people just were benched. You know what I'm saying? Like so many people didn't
qualify. Frankie doesn't qualify.
You know what I'm
Cody
saying?
doesn't qualify. Quill doesn't qualify. Georgie doesn't qualify. Like so many that Reverse doesn't qualify. There's so many that don't qualify this year. That it's a big difference. So before I show you lot the top 10, I'm gonna go and show you guys round of the year, etc.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Say no more.
I'm looking forward to this one.
And I've got a couple, and I've got a point there as well. So this is Battle of the Year, Most Improved, etc. So Battle of the Year that won was Frankie Fraser versus Sean Cray with 23 points. Top two versus Kardashians got 20 points, so 3 points away. And then you got Bizzo versus Gemini with 12 points. Round of the Year, Visual second versus Bobby Rex.
Okay.
The acronym round.
Okay.
With
That was
16
close.
points. Yeah. Gemini second versus Bizzo with 14 points, literally 2 points apart.
Oof.
Slim Butt first versus Eunice with 8 points. Most improved cleaned up Shawnee B with 32 points.
Jesus.
Gasper
done,
with
Sean.
8 points. Dojo with 6.
That's the biggest drop between 1 and 2. Was like the most improved. Shawnee B 32 points and Gasper 8. Whereas like the Battle of the Year is like 3 points in it. The Round of the Year is 2 points in it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Fucking robbery. Do you know what? I'll be real with you. I'm gonna keep it a stack. This is the second year that I've been robbed, bro. And for opposite reasons. Okay, I was robbed. Wait, was I? I think I was. Me versus Gemini was robbed by Shoddy Shuffle. Do you want to know why it was robbed? People said because it got more views, so it's got more impact. All right, fine. Now look what's happening. Nobody's got an excuse for this shit. The fuck is this? What? What are you gonna say now? No. Salute to Frank and Sean Cray. It's an excellent battle. I remember being in the room for it and being like, "Yo, this is actually."
I mean, a classic. They put on such a good battle. Again, it was one of my honorable mentions for Battle of the Year, so I'm not mad. This one could have come up. Bobby Rex vs. Soul Khan could have come up. Slim Buck vs. Eunice could have come up, and I'd have been happy. I really would.
Nah, facts. But yeah, these are. Let's go into the top 10 now. Let's go into the top 10.
Dun, 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 dun. I feel like we should.
I want to show you the top 10, and then I'll show you the top 20.
Oh no! Why don't we? Have you got a graphic for 11 to 20?
Do you know what? I might do. I might do. 1 second.
Me and the plug are connected, course it's something electric. Fucking respect it.